What is up? It is Shiesty, and real quickly, I'm just gonna kind of cover heroes and battalions a little bit, but it's gonna be pretty quick. Let me just execute a couple leaders, but we're just gonna go look at my battalions real quick. All right. So my infantry battalion. I am a poor person. I do not want to waste my troops. I value my T4 and my T5 dearly, and I feel like I cannot afford to rebuild T4 all the time. So if you were not a poor person, right? This is the amount of troops you would want to send in your 375,000 march solo. You'd want to send 225,000 T5, and then I'm in infantry. This number of T4, which is essentially 150,000, right? Without the buffers. And so the precise reason you want to do that is because if you go 375 times 0.6 is 225. So this is 60%. 225,000 is 60% of 375,000. So if your whole entire march gets eaten, you're still only going to have wounded T5. You're not going to lose any. So that's the significance. That's why you do this. But again, I'm poor, so what I do is I put a bunch of infantry in here as well. And I also put, of course, a bunch of T4 in here and just a little bit of T5. And that's something I need to probably reapproach because I just waste so many troops. I don't get as many kills and stuff because of this. But again, I also almost never lose any T4. So like if I look at my marches, which I'm kind of getting sidetracked here, but I guess I didn't really take any damage. You can see here, I did. I barely even had any wounded T4 in this. I had no wounded T5. So it's an easy, cheap healing bill of 50,000 T2. And then I lose 35,000 T2, which I couldn't care less about. So that's kind of my logic here. You don't look in the rally. If you look in the rally, this of course is without any T2 in it. So you see I lost 92,000 T4 dead. But then you go over to, yeah, like I zeroed this guy here. Well, which one? See, that hurt. That hurt a lot. I don't know why I did so bad there, but you see here, look, I only had 52,000 T4 dead, and I had 96,000 T2 dead. So once again, I had no T5 dead, and if I had 225,000 T5 and 150,000 T4, I still would have had no T5 dead. You can see I had 372. I basically had my entire march killed, right? But you see, if I would have had that 2,000 extra killed, then it would have been 225,000 wounded. So again, assuming I sent 225,000 T5 and the rest T4, I would have only lost T5 or T4, and I would have only had wounded T5 if my march would have got taken. And I would have done a lot more damage for the record. So you would, if I recommend, you can put a couple, like 20, maybe even 100,000 T2 in if you really want, but I don't recommend it much. Maybe put 50,000, maybe put 25,000, just a little buffer. But really, you want to go for the most damage. I'm just poor. Now, even though that wasn't the point of this video, I wanted to go ahead and rant and ramble on about that. So what I'm going to do is essentially make this its own video, and then I'll make another one. But so this is actually the video teaching you about Meatshields, right? So that's the whole point. My T2 in this example are Meatshields. They throw their bodies, they die, they get wounded, they're cheaper to heal, and they're cheaper to replace. I don't care about them. They can die all they want. But I want to protect my T4 and my T5. And T5 is really what you want to protect. Any relatively big player shouldn't be worried about their T4. Again, I'm just poor.